Welcome back everyone, this is part 2 of fixing the Golf. Hope you enjoyed watching the first video and you'll continue to follow my journey along the way.
We're going to look into the steering wheel today, and then we're going to try and have a little look at the car and go from there. So we'll start with this first and see about changing the stalk, see if we can get the wipers to work. Yeah, go from there. So take this off. I believe, obviously that's the horn, and then this nut is a 24mm, which I've got in the boot. That didn't seem very tight. I'm just trying to do it, so then I've tried to make sure that I've got the wheel straight. I'm going to leave the nut and that in the steering wheel. Right, okay. So obviously like I said before in the last video, this is all new to me. So I'm just gonna try and figure it out. By the looks of that, you've got 3 flatheads. So it's going to go like that, it's going to sit like that. So it looks like we've got 3 flatheads here. Try and keep that spring on there because I don't want to move as much stuff as I need to. So we'll go to the toolbox. Good little kit this, Halford's kit. Bought it on, bought it from Halford's, and it was, I think on an offer, it comes to like 80 odd quid, and you get all your ratchets, your sockets, Allen keys, and I thought it's perfect for starting out with your screwdrivers. But yeah, and all your grips, spanners, cutters, different sockets, deep ones, shallow ones, Allen keys, Torx. But yeah, good little set, goes at 19. Keep these safe, put them there. To be honest, I thought the steering wheel was going to be a lot tighter than that, but try and do it up a bit tighter and put it back on. Keep a bit of pressure on that one. Do it. Apply a bit of pressure on it.
So just unplug in the old stalk and then taking the bottom cowling off, just to try and get to the plug underneath and where all the cables are to. There's a few screws holding this on. So there's the plug there, it's a white plug. Mine seems to be a black plug, but hopefully that connects onto the same. So now I've just got to figure out how to try and get it out. It looks like a cable tie and some tape. So we'll just try and get all that out of the way so we can then get it out to get a new one in. Colours of the cables all look the same. Fingers crossed it'll work. Bit fiddly trying to get the plug out. Not a lot of room to try and get it out through the gap. Managed to get it out in the end though. So that's the old stalk. Now for the new stalk. Rerouting it back down through the same way to come out. Not a lot of cables, so I'm just trying to sit the stalk over, and then hopefully that'll give me a bit more to play with on the cable, so I can try and plug it back in. Slight issue, plugs don't fit. So just gonna have a look now, see if the colours of the cables are the same, which they are. So twisting the wires ready for new terminals to bypass the plugs. But it turns out that I've got different plugs, so it's not going to work. I'm going to have to get a new one. So for now, we'll move on to the next bit.
Right, so starting problem. We've tried loads of different things, tried to do different stuff. We noticed that the fuel was running low. It's been stood for quite a while, so we've gone and got some new fuel. We filled up probably 3 little cans, and we've put it in to try it. It's still going to need tuning, which I know about anyway, but it's just to get it started basically. So let's see, hopefully this works. I'll let it prime up a bit just to get the fuel coming through. I'll do it a couple of times. I can hear the fuel pump going. Do it one more time. Fingers crossed. That's better. Must have been dirty fuel. That's what we've got to come back to. Must be dirty fuel getting through the lines. Right. It's on cold start, so that's running alright. Still running lumpy. I'm going to pull it in because I want to pull it in. We had to roll it out. So hopefully I can drive it back in now, and hopefully it won't cut out, and then we can look at the headlights. Definitely needs to. Reckon that'll do us for the minute. Right, let's turn. Right, so headlights. It was another failure on the MOT that one of the headlights was, it was the offside front headlight was aiming too high compared against the near side. Now obviously I've been learning loads of stuff, so the offside is the driver's side, so it's the furthest one away from the curb edge. So yeah, so let's turn it on. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, see, you can see it straight away. You can see that the right side is slightly higher than the left, so we just need to try and maybe give it a bit of adjustment, and have a little look. So let's take a look at that. Right,
So just the headlights, try and bring this one, try and bring it up. I believe there's screws in the corner which adjust the headlight. I'll just tell you a little bit about what I've done before I started doing the videos. I've put in crosshair headlights. Some people like them, some people don't. And then I put in a debadge grille. I know some people like to try and keep it original, but I've always liked the way they look with just 2 headlights. Then I replaced, as you can see on the previous video, I replaced the small bumpers for big bumpers. And then I put in the crystal clear indicators, but they have the side lights inside them. And then what I've done with the headlights as well, I've uprated the light bulbs. Power's not great because it's an old car, but they do look a little bit better. But that was just down to personal choice. Yeah, so, and then I've put the fogs in, but I think I still need to wire the fogs up if I remember rightly. But we'll look at that at a later date. But for now, we'll try and have a look at this headlight and see what we can do. Right, so we'll try and take the grille off because it's a little bit tricky to get to these bottom ones. Right, breaking the lugs. Might be just enough. Right, so I would say it's got to go in. Oh, they're doing that one. I'll just wind it in a bit and then we'll turn them on and see what happens. Let's try that. Right, so let's turn the ignition on. And then headlights. I think that's better. Might just have to come down a little bit more. Yeah, just a tad, a couple more turns I reckon. Just trying to glove in off of those lines on the wall, which to me, I'd say that's a lot better. So back to the wiper stalk. I've managed to get a second-hand one. I couldn't get one new. The white plug ones seems to be quite hard to get hold of. They're sold out everywhere new, but second-hand I can get them, but they're really expensive. Some of them were up over £100. I managed to get this one for £80, which I still think's a lot for a wiper stalk, but it is what it is. I need it, so it's got to be done. I checked everything. The plugs seem to be the same plugs as what come off the existing one, and yeah, so it's slightly different. The stalk's slightly different. The MFA is still the same. So fingers crossed it will work, and we can get it ready for that MOT that I've been trying to do. Just plugging them on. A little bit tight, but I just push them on as far as I can until they stop. That's about it. Can't believe that the old ones, they're only £20 to buy and you can get them new, but these you just can't get hold of them anywhere. All the wiper stalks are back on now. We're going to put the steering wheel back on. Right, so we've managed to get the stalks back on, we've managed to get the steering wheel back on. The steering wheel was a bit of a pain. For some reason it must have dropped a little bit, but we seem to have pushed it and sort of done it on the nut and managed to pull it back up, so it's enough to get all the spring and the washer and everything back on. Indicator seemed to be working, that seems to be working. The MFA is working, which I don't think it worked before, so that's a good sign. Still haven't got the washers, so we're going to have a little look now and see about the fuses. Right, so we're all back together. We have found out that we've changed the fuse as well, and now we have wipers. So the thing we're struggling with now is washers. Right, so figured out that it's the motor. The motor seems okay. See, so working fine. But when we connect it onto here, we have no motor. So we've got a funny feeling it's something to do with this wiring, which may be something that we got to put into the next video. And that is it for this video. If you've liked it, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.